Yo, what's up everyone? Today we're going to be checking out two new switches over at Lube Switches. One is the Pine switch and one is the Oak switch. Both of these are a collaborative switch between Lubed Switches and .Nick. Both the Pine and the Oak are full palm switches. One is a linear, one is a tactile. Everything else about them is exactly the same. These are also hand lubed from the factory, so you don't even have to lube them once you get them in. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit more in depth about each. Due to both of these switches being full palm switches, they are a little bit more on the quieter side, even though they do have a 13.7mm long pole stem. The Oak for some reason had a bit more volume to it, so I did prefer it a little bit overall between the two switches. Something interesting to note about the Oak switches is that even the legs are lubed on the stem, so it does kind of reduce the tactility a little bit. However, it's super smooth out of the box and you can still feel the tactility, so I don't necessarily see it as such a big problem, but I know if people are into tactiles, you might not be into that. But you can also get these stock so you can lube them how you prefer. And I think if you've been all over TikTok and you've seen all these deep and creamy or deep and poppy builds, I think the Pine switch is for you because I think that's a perfect description as to how they sound and how they feel. They feel buttery smooth or super creamy, and they have that very deep, thocky sound signature.
For today's build, we have the Pine switches in a mode Sonnet and the Oak switches in a mode 80. Let's see how these switches sound. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you later.